Grand Villa Casinos, you are on screen. Your look into the world of film and television. Brought to you by the Grand Villa Casino in Burnaby.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. We're very happy to have our next guest here.
Yes, I just ate a little bit of a double down, so I'm going to be having a nap for part of this interview because I just feel tired now. Aliyah O'Brien joining us. She plays Tannis in, I think, my favorite new show. It's called Men with Brooms on CBC.
Favorite new show.
Well, it's funny because I hadn't watched it until this morning, and then I watched the episodes online to sort of catch up on everything, and it's a great way to watch it.
He was laughing his head off.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Awesome.
Now tell us about Men with Brooms, Aliyah, because people have probably heard of the movie, and now we've got the TV show.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about it. Do you have to curl?
I actually don't have to curl. I am the only character that does not curl, which is kind of disappointing. Like,
are you kidding me? Are you telling me that when it gets picked up for a second season, you're not going to have to curl at some point in the show?
At some point, I will have to curl because I will make sure that I have to curl.
Do you have any life experience curling?
I have no life experience curling. I have experienced figure skating and playing hockey on ice, but it's very different. I have experienced bowling, though, and I imagine
and I think
that's
every
sort of
man
like,
just fell in love with you. I can't curl, but I can play hockey.
Yeah, I also love MMA, and
I drink beer.
But tell us about your character, Tannis.
My character's cool. She's like kind of sassy, tough, the edgy chick in town. She's a bit of a rocker chick.
I don't get it. Why did you get this part?
I don't see it.
She's badass. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah.
No?
Yes.
People always ask after the fact.
Right,
they
right.
say it, and then they ask after.
Am I allowed to say that?
But I mean, anyone that, I kind of grew up in a town where the hockey rink, the curling rink, these places were sort of the center of town. And even more than the actual rink itself, the sports bar within them was the place where everybody went.
It's the most important part of the whole event, really. Like, curling is kind of secondary to the whole beer drinking and the social aspect. So I think my character is actually the most important character on the show.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, throw it out there.
But the thing is, with a bartender, though, you kind of are the soothsayer. All the people come to you with their problems,
it's kind of like Cheers, you know? Like, it all kind of happens around there, and, you know, and we've also got other setups, like the donut shop, and, you know, and
yeah, but unlike Cheers, you're not always the best person to bring your problems to. You don't your character doesn't really suffer fools lately.
No, I kind of take pleasure in taunting and toying with the others. So, yeah, I'm maybe not the best person to ask for advice.
A good time to set up the clip. Tell us what we're about to see.
Okay, so we are about to see a clip that is kind of a classic portrayal of the relationship with me and my boss, Bill, played by Joel Keller, who's awesome. He basically has this idea that there's a meat spiel in town.
A meat spiel.
A meat spiel.
Not a bond spiel.
Not a meat spiel.
When you get to a town of a certain size, meat becomes a prize.
Right? Yes, exactly. In Long Bay, Ontario, meat is the prize if you win the curling competition. And Bill is adamant about the fact that he is going to win this competition. So he's taking down the picture of Paul Gross, whose character is Chris Cutter, to make room for his. But classic Bill is kind of out to lunch and clueless and doesn't want to admit it. So you get to see sort of the struggle that we have as a boss-employee relationship.
All right, here is Aliyah in Men with Brooms.
First step of getting into the display case was getting into the display case.
Where's the key to the display case?
It's on the hook.
Where's the hook?
Where it always is.
Stop being such a woman. It's to my left, to my right. Give me coordinates here.
Here.
Thank you. Stop moving everything around.
That's right, Bill. I come in here at night, I unscrew the hook, I fill the hole in with polyfill, I sand it down, I paint it over, and then I move the hook somewhere else.
See? Doesn't feel better, to be honest?
You really gonna take down that picture of Chris Cutter? I mean, he's like the biggest thing to ever come out of this town. Good follow-through.
This guy's old news. The meat spiel is the future. And come next week, you know what's gonna be up here?
Picture of some loser winning a contest no one cares about?
Nope. Picture me winning the meat spiel. And this goes in the trash. Where's the,
Where it always is.
And that is Men with Brooms. And we saw Paul Gross's character kind of get cracked in half there, but he really is on the show, and you get to do a lot of scenes with him. I would imagine, because he's been on our show before too, he must be a lot of fun to work with.
He's a lot of fun to work with, yeah. He's kind of like a big kid. Yeah, he's a big clowner-arounder, for sure.
Can we say that again?
Clowner-arounder.
You can't forget that D in there, though. That's for clowner-arounder.
Definitely. No, he's funny, though, because one minute he'll be, you know, telling you about his recent trip to Jerusalem and the politics there, and and you know, having a deep conversation. And then the next minute, he's trying to enroll me in some kind of like Backstreet Boys dance. You know, like it's really.
He described himself as a man-child when he was on the show. Like there's elements of the man, but there's still elements of the child.
100%. Every time I heard him talk about curling and his experience of curling, because you know people always ask, he says it's really hard on the muscles that attach your penis to your body. That is curling in a nutshell.
I can only trust him.
It's hard on your hand? Sorry, this conversation went somewhere none of us.
Okay, we wanted to talk about a couple of other things that you're working on, because you just got to be a vampire queen in Sanctuary. What was this like?
So fun. So ridiculously fun. Sanctuary is a great show. And Amanda Tapping is amazing to work with, incredible. So it was a real pleasure to work with her. But my character was the vampire queen who kind of gets resurrected after thousands of years in stasis, basically. And so it was like everything from like this amazing costume to the nails to the teeth and the crazy eyes.
Were you the weird green screen scenes?
There was only a little bit of green screen, actually. Normally Sanctuary does a lot of green screen, but we had this great cave kind of a set built. So everything, but everything was kind of like an obstacle because I'm wearing these crazy, like, huge heels because, you know, vampires back in the day, of course, had these like high heels.
Fight in this
Obviously,
kind of stuff?
and I have fighting and stuff, but the ground is made of a rubber dirt, so it's like all awkward and unstable, and I'm in the heels, and then we're fighting. But my costume, which was beautiful, they did a great job, only allowed me to like really outstretch to here, so I'm like fighting like this, you know, like raptor fighting.
She's a vampire queen.
Welcome to my world.
Totally.
With little arms like a dinosaur.
Okay, really quick, we also wanted to talk about a great film that you're working on right now, which is based on a true story. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, it's called Bringing Ashley Home, and it's about a woman named Libba Phillips who loses her sister. She goes missing, and she's mentally ill and drug addicted. And the struggle that she has in finding her because she's not in the system. And the problem in the States is that, well, and I'm not entirely sure about Canada, but I mean we have, you know, it's definitely issues. We have issues, especially downtown Lower East Side. But the problem is when someone's not in the system, it's really hard to find them, and you know, people can turn up like in dumpsters and you know, and you don't even know. And so she started this organization called Outpost for Hope, which helps people. It helps bring awareness to the issue, and it also helps people with solutions to finding their loved ones and places they can look for them. And she's been involved in finding, like, as far as I know, like over 100 people.
What a trip when you can, you know, incorporate your work into something like this, you know, where it's really, I mean, doing so much good.
Well, that's the stuff that really feels really good to me. And the character that I'm playing is very much like a real person. It's a true story. The names haven't changed. I actually contacted her, and so we've been in touch, which has been really cool. And she's this really lovely woman named Marquita Plummer, who helped find the organization, helped create it, and has also been really influential in getting Ashley, who's Libba's sister, into the system, so that if they do, if she
goes missing again, you can sort of
and
find
she
her.
is actually missing at the moment. She was found and then missing again, and then relocated, and then
we can't wait to see this one too. So here's the deal: you can see her in Men with Brooms. That airs, of course, on CBC Monday nights at 8:30. Don't miss it.
You play a vampire that's been in stasis for a while on Men with Brooms.
Yeah, but she's a bartender, and she's Sanctuary coming up, and then the website that we're talking about is actually a real website as well. You can go to outpostforhope.org. See, I can say it.
Well,
I couldn't say it earlier.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, William Jans will be joining us, world traveler, photographer. He's been on the show many times before, and he's going to give you some tips to getting holiday photos that you actually want to keep. Ooh. My tip is to hand the camera to my wife, who takes you're playing the role.
You
are playing the role of my wife.
There's already enough rumors. No.
So you're playing the role of my wife.
Let's pretend we're curling.